Hi, my name is Donna. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're making blueberry crisp. Now I originally found this recipe in a cookbook by Ann Hodgman called Beat That, and it was for the apple crisp recipe, but they also said that you could use blueberries or frozen blueberries. And today I have a whole bunch of blueberries, and I've actually only ever made the blueberry version because who wants to peel apples? I mean, they're good and everything, but the blueberries are super quick. But it turns out that this recipe actually came from Marialisa Calta, and she submitted it to Ann Hodgman. So I'll have a link below for this recipe. Anyways, let's go. As always, let's pull out all our ingredients. We're gonna need blueberries, and it's blueberry season here, and I had all these blueberries, and so I thought I need to make blueberry crisp before these go bad. And if you don't have fresh blueberries, I usually make this with frozen, and they are great. So use frozen if that's what you've got. We're going to need some lemon juice. We're going to need cinnamon. We're gonna need a little granulated sugar. We'll need brown sugar. We'll need some all-purpose flour. We'll need some butter. Now the recipe calls for unsalted butter, but I just have salted in the fridge, so that's what I'm going to use. And we'll need some table salt. So the other great thing I like about this recipe is it's got pretty normal things, not a lot of ingredients, super easy, quick to put together. You're gonna find that out. So let's grab our tools. This apple crisp we make in a loaf pan. So I've just pulled up my standard, I think this is like a 9x5. We need one mixing bowl. And for our measuring, I've grabbed my scale and a 1 teaspoon, and I grabbed my lemon zester and a spoon to mix things up. Okay, let's get going. First thing that we do is we're gonna preheat our oven to 375 degrees. The next thing that we do is we will spray our pan. Okay, now we can put the ingredients together, and it's super quick. The recipe calls for 4 cups of blueberries. I've just got this container. I don't know how much is in there. I'll just throw it in. Because it's from our local blueberry farm, I will pick through and make sure there's no bad ones or leaves or anything, but I think they're pretty good. I think I've already done that, so we're good to go. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're going to toss our blueberries with the lemon juice, the cinnamon, and the sugar. Now the recipe calls for 1 tablespoon of lemon juice to give you a bit of an idea, but I don't think you have to be precise. And I'm going to just toss in whatever comes out of this half of a lemon. And then we just use 1 teaspoon each of the sugar and the cinnamon. And now we just give that a toss. You just want to mix it up and make sure there's cinnamon and sugar on all the blueberries. And this recipe is identical. So if you're using the apples or another fruit, you just follow the same recipe. And now we just put this in the loaf pan. You just want to make sure whatever your volume is not too high because you don't want it to overflow. Using our same bowl, we will add our brown sugar. We need 200 grams of brown sugar. And now we need 106 grams of all-purpose flour. We just need a big pinch of salt. And finally, 113 grams of butter. If you are in the US, that would be 1 stick of butter. Okay, once we've measured our butter, what I do is I like to break it up into a bunch of pieces with my knife, carefully. And then we're just gonna smush all these ingredients together. So what I do is I just squish it and rub it through my fingers like this. Now that I've done that for about a minute. So what we do is we just put this over the blueberries in the loaf pan, and you want to press it down very firmly. Make sure you cover everything really well. And you can see I'm pressing very, very firmly and making sure everything's covered with some bit of it. Okay, and now we put it in our preheated oven for about an hour. Keep an eye on it. Check it at about 45 minutes. What you're looking for is it to be nice, dark brown and warm. So, see you soon. Okay, it's been 45 minutes and look at that, bubbling and super brown. So I'm gonna pull it out and let it rest for about 10 minutes. Okay, our blueberry crisp has rested for 10 minutes on a rack, and have a look at how dark and yummy that is. Oh, yum. This is still smoking hot. Now, one of the things that's great about this recipe is it is equally good warm, room temperature, or even cold from the fridge. That's actually my favorite way to eat it. This goes great with some ice cream. It's fantastic. And I'm gonna let it cool a little bit more before I taste it, because although you can serve it after the 10 minutes, it's still pretty hot. And it's just not the way I like it, but you can eat it as soon as that's done. But I'm gonna wait a few more minutes. I am so sad to tell you that my filming of my taste testing just didn't work. But the good news was it was delicious. I hope you give this very easy, delicious recipe a try. And until next time, keep cooking.